Nathan Caldwell sat silently in the corner booth of a cozy diner, watching his 10-year-old son, Oliver, struggle with his food. The boy, born with cerebral palsy, had limited mobility in his hands. He clutched the fork with effort, attempting to scoop up a bite of mashed potatoes. The struggle was familiar to Nathan, a billionaire who had spent years searching for the best treatments and therapies, only to find that some challenges could not be fixed with money. Tonight, he was exhausted, both mentally and emotionally. His business empire was thriving, but his personal life felt hollow. His son needed more than just care. He needed warmth, patience, and understanding. As Nathan debated whether to intervene, a soft voice broke the moment. "Would you like some help, sweetheart?" The waitress, a young woman with kind brown eyes and auburn hair tied in a neat ponytail, knelt beside Oliver. She held a spoon in one hand and waited for his approval. Oliver nodded shyly. The waitress, whose name tag read Emma, smiled and gently guided his hand, helping him scoop the mashed potatoes. She took her time, ensuring Oliver felt included, rather than pitied. Nathan watched in silence, something stirring in his chest. Unlike the countless nurses and therapists who had worked with Oliver, this woman had no obligation, yet she treated his son with a rare kindness. As she wiped a stray bit of gravy from Oliver's chin, she laughed softly. "You're a champion. Eat her, buddy." Oliver giggled, his face lighting up. It was a sound Nathan hadn't heard in a while. When Emma finally stood, Nathan met her gaze. "Thank you," he said, his voice quieter than he intended. She smiled. "No problem. He's an amazing kid." Nathan wanted to say more, but she was called away by another table. As she disappeared, he found himself wondering, who was this woman who had just made his son smile so effortlessly? Little did Emma know, her simple act of kindness had just changed the course of her life. The next evening, Emma was wiping down tables when she noticed the familiar father and son walk into the diner. She smiled at Oliver, who waved excitedly. "Hey, champ, back for round 2?" she teased. Oliver beamed. Nathan, on the other hand, looked different. Less tired, more present. After their meal, as Emma handed Nathan the check, he cleared his throat. "I'd like to ask you something," he said. Emma raised an eyebrow. "Sure, what's up?" Nathan hesitated, then leaned forward. "Would you consider working for me?" Emma blinked. "Excuse me?" he exhaled. "I'm looking for someone like you, someone who genuinely cares about Oliver, who sees him as a kid, not just his condition. I can pay you more than the diner ever will." Emma's heart pounded. This man was offering her a job? She had been struggling financially, barely making rent. But this wasn't just about money. Oliver was special. She hesitated. "Why me?" Nathan smiled. "Because you did something no one else does. You treated my son with kindness, without expecting anything in return. That's rare." Emma glanced at Oliver, who was playing with his napkin, oblivious to the life-changing conversation happening. Finally, she took a deep breath. "Okay, I'll do it." Nathan extended his hand. "Welcome to the family." Emma's life changed overnight. Nathan provided her with a generous salary, a comfortable place to stay, and most importantly, a sense of purpose. She quickly became Oliver's favorite companion. They went on outings, explored museums, and even had movie nights. Unlike nurses or nannies who saw it as a job, Emma treated Oliver like a friend, which made all the difference. One evening, as they sat in Nathan's luxurious penthouse, Oliver fell asleep on the couch. Emma carefully adjusted a blanket over him. Nathan, watching from the doorway, smiled. "You're incredible with him." Emma turned, slightly flustered. "He's an incredible kid." Nathan exhaled. "You know, before I met you, I felt like I was failing him. No matter how much money I threw at his condition, I couldn't buy what you've given him. Joy." Emma met his gaze. Sometimes, all a person needs is love and patience. Nathan nodded, realizing something profound. He had spent his life building wealth, but true richness came from moments like these. As he looked at Emma, he saw not just a waitress who had helped his son, but a woman who had unknowingly saved them both. And for the first time in years, Nathan Caldwell felt truly alive.